He likes his teacups and his pink, and he's sticking with it.
And if he's at daycare camp or school or with other friends or other teachers, and they are telling him not to be who he is, what kind of world are we living in? If he's saying, I actually would like the pink thing instead of the blue thing, why is that such a problem?
What will you do if someone pushes you around because you're wearing a dress, Dyson?
Make me feel sad.
They'll make you feel sad, yeah.
And that, you know, we talk a lot about...
Because that can happen, you know, sometimes.
In a society in where we are more heavily desensitized to masculinized females, it is no surprise that the feminized male counterpart would receive more criticism for taking on typically feminine traits. Girls who exhibit traits such as assertion, aggression, and independence and choose to value more masculine qualities over feminine qualities do not receive the same type of controversial reaction than boys who prefer to embrace femininity rather than stereotypical masculinity. This double standard is pretty obvious and is more so evident in the amount of attention a young feminized boy is receiving for wearing skirts instead of pants and for wanting to wear clothing generally sex-typed for girls. This is exemplified in the case of the princess boy, a boy who prefers feminine attire such as dresses and skirts of flamboyant bright colors, and whose proclivity and attraction to such things has made him the center of conservative controversy. Stereotypes such as feminine males are gay has caused many to argue that these signs may be an indication for future homosexuality, or that he may question his sexuality in the later years. However, what causes children to question their sexuality comes more from societal pressures than the actual nature itself. Children are extremely perceptive, and when they are doing something that they notice people discourage them to do, this is when they begin to question themselves and their actions. They want to receive the love and approval of those around them. Children understand that if they do what they are told, the response they get is most likely going to be positive. This is the system of understanding that they use in order and reason to cooperate. This is also why children will willingly correct themselves, not because they are happy, but in order to receive what they want from those older than them or those who have control over them. However, this may very well have an effect on how a developing child gains a sense of self-identity. Correcting the way a child dresses is a way of slowly stripping them away freedom of self-expression and freedom of feeling that how they feel is okay and their personal taste is okay. This is why telling a little boy, for example, such as the princess boy, that he can't wear skirts and he can't wear his dresses because it is inappropriate for boys, is slowly already setting the standard up for him on how he should be, how he should look, and eventually how he should behave. Putting these limitations on children is not healthy. Without the pressure and criticism, they may go about their business without associating what they're doing with cultural taboos. Since societal stereotypes associate femininity in men with homosexuality, children pick up on the implication and then may take on the sexual orientation themselves. It has less to do with external factors such as pink on boys or boys in dresses. Clothing is not a bodily appendage. It is something designed by humans, marketed for humans, based on biological sex, not sexual orientation. The fact we place so much value on clothing and align clothing and appearance with not only gender but sexual orientation is evidence of our shallow views on both things. The Princess Boy also reveals to us our own double standards as a society. It's okay for a girl to look and act stereotypically masculine. But when a boy decides to reach outside his particular masculine gender role, all of a sudden there is something negative and abnormal about it. Why is this?
You know, he's had some laughing and some, looking or saying that, like at the park, somebody might say, "You can't wear pink, you're a boy." And Dyson's response, you remember your response
what
to
do you
people
say
who
when somebody
say
says
something
that?
like that? If they say, "I don't like you in a dress," what do you say?
You're not my friend.
You're not my friend.
You're not my friend.
So until you like him as he is, then he says we can be friends.
Right.
And so...
Wait, so you're not concerned about any kind of bullying that could happen in years to come, let's say?
You know, absolutely. We're all concerned about that. But I don't think that our job as parents are to constantly sit, and control our children. We're guides. And, when you get to a point where you're vocal enough to say what you like and what colors you like and what you're interested in, then, I think it's our job to help them.
I don't know if it's the colors or the dresses that could cause the bullying.
It's probably a little bit of both, but quite honestly, anybody that is expressing themselves differently, chooses to be different, stands out a little or feels different, is going to get some sort of piece of that. So Dyson likes to draw. Are we going to stop that because he has a creative end?
Of course not.
Of course not. So